Ah, that's not it. Right. There we are. Several schoolboys at once. Good evening, everyone, and hello to Joe.
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here in Wales at the moment. Yes.
In Wales.
Yes.
Nice, kind of cool, kind of drizzly Wales.
That's right, yes, drizzly, yeah. Been having fine weather all along the way until I got to Wales. So Stockholm was beautiful weather. It was cold. England was cloudy, but it was warm. And I get to Cardiff and it's been raining. Yes.
Drizzling down.
Yes.
Drizzling down like you got it.
That's right, but back in Australia it's 35 degrees.
Hooray! Let's all go to Australia, shall we?
I don't think you like the heat. I think I like a bit of a balance between both.
Oh, listen, I'll tell you, we're going to talk about Red Flag Day today. However, because of course Joe's here, so we're a little out of order with the Red album. But we're also going to talk about the other couple of singles we're going to talk about. Always a Sunny Day and
That's
Letter
right.
to Geelong as well.
That's right.
And who knows, we may even pick up guitars in the middle of it all.
You might, yes, in a special live performance. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Anyway, we're going to spin the record deck if I can find the right thing. There we go. I got it. I got it. Nothing can go wrong that hasn't already gone wrong.
That's right.
That was easy.
Here we go. Record deck coming at you.
Tonight. We moved here from the suburbs. We love to hear the wind around us. Its melody blew the cobwebs from my mind. Now each and every summer is hotter than the one before it. Angeline can do nothing here but cry. Tonight, is there a scent in the air of burning? Tonight, it's coming for us. Tonight, is there a glow in the western sky? Tonight, we can feel that the wind is turning. All I ask is why. The point of resistance, we finally hear it in the distance, moving closer, a savage crackling sound, like it's trying to find us. I feel it's closing in around us. This dangerous foe is hunting us down. Tonight, is there a scent in the air of burning? Tonight, it's coming for us. Tonight, is there a glow in the western sky? Tonight, we can feel that the wind is turning. All I ask is why. Run for your water bag, run from the light you had. Gone and burned away. God's cruel treachery, pray that we will get to the end of this red flag. Red flag.
Well, there we are.
Yeah.
What a nice round of applause we got for that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Job well done. We've got some people who've joined us, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. We've got Ingo from Germany.
Ingo,
Yes.
how are you, mate? Good that you can catch us up again. And if you can make my gig in January, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'll have to earmark a couple of days, and we'll go and visit some sites.
Some sightseeing while on tour.
Yeah. Who else we got there, Joe?
We have got Ruth.
Ruth.
Yes.
Ruth is a very old friend of mine who has done sound for some of our gigs since my very first band that I was in way back in Sheffield. And so she comes down and every now and then she engineers or something for one of our gigs and tears her hair out and goes, "Oh God, what have you done? Why have you got all this stuff?" Hope things are good, Ruth.
And who else we got now?
Oh, you said we got Mauro in. Now, Mauro is Sao Paulo in Brazil.
Oh, wow.
So
hello, all the way to Brazil.
Yeah. And Mauro was someone who he kept saying, "Don't look back. We love Don't Look Back in Brazil. You know, can you play Don't Look Back?" Eventually, we did do a recording of Don't Look Back, and we stuck it in the set. And I think, you've seen a couple of videos of it at least, but he's too far away to come to a gig.
Okay.
So we're still hoping we're going to come to you at some point, Mauro. We would love to do South America.
Fantastic.
Brazil in particular.
Yes.
Would be
And
great.
we have got Colin. Nice to finally be here, Colin, and look forward to meeting you at Hungerford. You and Sue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Lovely.
And who else have we got there? Let me check. We have got Paul. Is it Paul?
Paul G.
Yes, Paul G.
Paul Griffin. How are you, Paul? Good to see you. I did a whole album with Paul, and it's really good as well.
Okay.
And in fact, one of the songs has ended up in Putin Trump the Musical.
John the Musical. Now that is something to look forward to. I've heard an advanced version of Putin and Trump the Musical, and I tell you, it's really good.
We might play the video of
That's right.
that we just put up on Facebook. Some people have seen it already, but not everyone does Facebook,
That's right.
of course, do they?
No, they don't. Yeah.
We can't blame them for that.
Yeah.
You know.
I have to say, I've excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. Hopefully, it'll be all good for Saturday. But the weather changes. You know, going from Australia, where I just said it was 35 degrees, to coming to London, where it was warm, and then going to Stockholm, it was -2. Now coming to Wales, it's rain, so it affects the accommodation to the climate. So hopefully, it'll be good. But I'm feeling good. So, and especially in trying to do vocals, it's not pleasant when you're trying to sing when you.
But actually, you did today, didn't you?
I did, yes, and I did well. Hopefully, it got there. That's the main thing.
Yeah. You did a book launch. Actually, we should in a couple of minutes we'll actually find.
Okay.
We'll find your book.
Yeah,
we've got.
Yes, I've got my book. I'll go and get it right now.
Oh, okay. You've got one there, have you? Good.
Yes.
I was going to say we've got one. We always got them on sale on the merch stand, and so.
Here we go.
Have you got one? Good.
Okay, it's one I use for my talks. It's got a lot of yellow piece notes for me, but yes, louder than words.
Yeah.
And semi-memoir about my life in music and writing, but also about the artists that influenced me and what they mean to me and what they mean to pop culture, and includes the story of the Korgis, because the Korgis are very much a long time part of my life. So here I am working and being with the Korgi, so it's such a pleasure. But yes.
Talking about we were talking about Don't Look Back, weren't we? And
That's
actually,
right.
I'd forgotten that actually James tells the story of working with Trevor Horn on Don't Look Back.
That's right.
In that particular episode that you've got.
So
there.
I explained right from the moment I caught the Korgis in 1980. I was in my last year of high school when I saw the video on a TV show called Countdown in Australia, and that everybody's going to learn sometime, and I fell in love with the Korgis, and ever since then I've been a fan, and here I am, 40-something years later. Absolutely wonderful. Life works in mysterious ways.
It does.
Yes.
It does.
So,
it does. Yeah. And we've got a quiz question relating to that, so I'm going to stop you just in case you give the game away for any of these quiz questions. So, of course, we always have prizes. We always have a quiz. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes you get it straight away, and sometimes people will scratch on their head. Or sometimes I maybe don't phrase the question well enough. And so I think last week's question was, how many Beatles how many Beatles quotes or references are there in End of an Era Feeling? And of course, people come back and say 9, 11, 12. You know, but actually, what I wanted was what are the quotes? What can you find? And so, yeah, it was a little bit confusing, but the person that actually did list them all, I thought, well, you've gone the extra mile, so he won it in the end, which was Rick, who was a good friend of ours. I don't think Rick's on at the moment. He may well come on in a bit.
Let's see who else we got.
But the prize...
I'm not from Coca-Cola, Mauro says.
Sorry, Carla?
Mauro from...
Mauro, that is.
Mauro, sorry,
Yep.
my apologies.
That's Mauro from... Yeah, that's from Brazil. Mauro's from Brazil.
I'm not from Coca-Cola.
Oh. Mauro Coca.
And it says, Al, do please give Joe an Ace CD from me. What's an Ace CD?
An ACD.
Yeah, Ace, as in ACE.
Oh,
What does that mean, Paul?
yeah, well, I know, it's an Atlantic Coast. Sorry, I thought it was Mauro that was saying this.
Oh,
and I was
no,
going,
it's
no,
Paul.
Paul's saying it.
Yeah,
I know
Paul.
exactly what that is because that is his CD, Atlantic Coast Express.
Oh, Atlantic Coast Express. That's a good
Which
title.
I can show you one of the posters from Atlantic Coast Express. So this is the big coast, and that's
Oh, wow.
Atlantic Coast Express. So you just look up there. Anyone who hasn't got Paul Griffin's album, you can get it from thekorgis.com as
All
normal.
right.
We had great fun making it. And I was saying, yeah, that one of the tracks has ended up on Putin and Trump the musical, the track Get to the Frontier.
Get to the frontier. Yeah, all right.
So that's a good one.
Okay. All right.
We were going to get to the competition.
Yes, competition.
That's what we're going to do. So I'm going
Right.
to stick up on the screen. I'm going
Right.
to stick up the competition, and I need to do this in a different way because my Windows media player is decided it doesn't ever want to do that again. Hang on. I need to. I can't do open.
In the meantime, looking forward to meeting the fans that come to Hungerford on Saturday night. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
I'll be doing the opening set, half an hour set of all my original music, and then the Korgis will come on stage and play a set, and then I'll join them through the set to play our tracks together, and then do an encore where I may also join the band there too.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been practicing a bit.
Yes, we have. Looking forward to it. Sounding good.
Yeah, indeed. So we've got the competition up on the screen. I'm going to just stick the screen up here. And what was Joe's first connection with the Korgis? And I don't mean what was his first song he heard of the Korgis. I mean, what was the actual first connection with the Korgis? And what is Joe's location connection with Al? And Australia is not the answer.
That's
all
right.
That's far too general.
That's right.
Far
Yes.
too general.
Right.
Okay, so what was Joe's first connection with the Korgis, and what is Joe's location connection with Al?
Right. Let's see who can get this right.
We'll see who can get it first. But we're not going to give the game away.
No.
We're not going to say who won because we like to see people struggle
Yes.
and try and give us all sorts of wilder and wilder
Yes,
answers.
let's see. This is going to be fun.
We had a brilliant one. We had one where it was a question about. I'm going to go back to us now.
Okay.
Enough of that picture. We had a question about the song This Is the Life, which has a really angular piano solo. It's really just, it sounds like Nigel bashing any old keys that he likes, but actually he structured it quite a bit and he was doing all sorts of different things in it. And the question was, what David Bowie song was that idea taken from? And I tell you what, Elaine Brokenshaw came in and she listed every David Bowie song
Really?
that I've ever heard, except the one
one.
that it was.
Ah.
Except the one that it was. I don't know if you remember it, but on the track Aladdin Sane,
Yeah.
where it's that boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. Thingy, Mike Garson towards the end starts going. He does all sorts of really wild stuff over the top of it, and that was the inspiration from it. But we have a solo like Mike Garson did on Aladdin Sane, and actually Nigel was a bit of a Bowie fan as well, so he kind of knew the idea.
Right.
But yeah, that's where it came from. But yeah, we had all sorts of wild answers to that one, and not a single one got Aladdin Sane at the end.
Let's see how they go with this one.
And what I was going to say was up for grabs is bundle 1, 2 or 3. You can have your choice. We're not giving you bundle 4 because it's bundle 4. We're giving away too much with bundle 4 because I think that is Cartoon World, and Cool Hits. Whereas actually we've got a whole load of CDs, so I'm probably going to read these out to you. Bundle 1 is the by appointment CD and the Korgis DVD collection.
Okay.
Right. Bundle 2 is the by appointment CD. You wouldn't have bundle 1, would you?
No.
Because bundle 2 is the same, right? So you can have bundle 2 or 3, all right?
Okay.
Bundle 2 or 3. By appointment CD, Korgis collection DVD, and Cool Hits CD.
That's a good
Or you
thing.
can have, and this is a similar thing, the Cool Hits CD, or there's something about the Korgis CD and DVD. It's a 2-in-1. It's in a smaller pack. If you haven't got anywhere to put DVDs at home anymore, I suggest you go for that one, because it has all the same DVD stuff on it, but it's all in a CD size pack, so it's a wee bit more handy. If you can't remember what any of these are, Korgis.com, the Great Autumn Giveaway Sale, I think it is, on the store. It tells you what bundles 1, 2, 3, and 4 are. So it's bundles 2 or 3 today.
Right,
A
2 or
lot are up
3,
for
right.
grabs.
Okay.
So there we are. We'll throw that away across there.
Just throw it away. Okay.
So that's all good. And you were saying about something else that you would give away.
Yes, okay, so anybody who comes to the Hungerford gig on Saturday and comes up to me and says, "Hey Joe, I was on this live stream on Thursday," I will give him a free signed copy of my EP, Waiting for the Sun, which is one of the songs I'll be performing on the night. So yes, so come up and see me. Steve Harley,
Come up and see me, make me smile.
yeah, that's right. Said used to sing. My very late friend Steve Harley, and yep. So come up and see me and say, "Hey Joe," and I know I get that all the time. "Hey Joe." The amount of emails I've got over the years, "Hey Joe, good song," and I go, "Yeah, for Jimi Hendrix, but it wasn't for me." So, but yes. So anyway, I look forward to. So come up to me and I'll give you a free CD.
Yeah. Good.
Right.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Long ago, we did a little trailer video for Joe, and this was before he ever came across to here, or before we met him across here. Just to show a couple of the songs that he'd done earlier. So there's a little snippets of it, and then we're going to go in and we're going to talk about the 3 songs that we wrote together.
Right.
So let's give you Joe's trailer.
Okay, my trailer. Here we go.
This is your trailer. And I'm going to stick it up on screen now. Here we go. Any second. Let me get it right. Yeah, that looks like screen to me. And here he is. There we are. Okay, we're back.
We're back. Yeah, that's my little trailer of my music I've done over the years. Now, you probably noticed I'm not sure if anybody did notice the second video where I'm singing inside Looking Out, and the drummer is Don Powell from Slade. So that's him right there. He played on my track. It was such an honour to have Don play on it.
Does he always chew chewing gum?
He always chews it, even from the days of Slade. He always chews
I noticed him in the Slade videos.
Yeah, and but it's when he sent me the drum track, it was absolutely the most loudest drum track I've ever heard in my life. It was like everything just about in red. So the engineer had to sort of slightly put some compression on and take it back, but it was absolutely fantastic, you know. And Don has been really wonderful. He's he's sent me his book many years ago, and he sent me an updated edition signed copy, and but yeah, wonderful. So so I hope you enjoyed that music. I'll be playing most of those songs on Saturday night, obviously in acoustic solo form, because most of those all my songs are written on the acoustic guitar in style that I play, and then later on I'll bring in the band members and we'll do it as a full band. But hopefully you enjoy it Saturday night.
Yeah. So let's talk about our co-writes. The very first one we did was Always a Sunny Day.
Yes.
I don't know. We were talking about this earlier on your book talk in Katay's Library in Cardiff. That was today. In your book talk about how generally music comes to you first.
That's right.
And generally lyrics come to me first.
Yes, it is interesting.
And so this very song in point, you sent us a musical tune, which was something like this. I reckon it was something like
That's right. Yeah, that's it. That's what it was. Yeah, that's it.
And that was kind of, it wasn't in my head when I was thinking about this, but we were just going on holiday, and it seems to me I kind of always write more when I'm on holiday. We were going to Thessalonica in Greece, which is mainland Greece, and we just got on the plane. We'd just taken off from Wales. It was cloudy and it was drizzling, believe it or not. Believe it or not, it was cloudy and drizzling. And then, of course, the plane lifts above the clouds.
And it's
bright sunshine.
That's right.
And my daughter Lorna said to me, she said, turned out sunny again. And I said, it's always sunny when you're above the clouds.
Wow.
And I went, that's a good title, isn't it? That's a good title. When we got to Thessalonica, we were in this flat just off a big main road, and it had a piano in it. And it's like, I've never been on holiday when a flat was got a piano, and it had a piano in it. And I started tinkering about with that ding, 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 and thinking about how that, how it could work with that. And it kind of seemed really good. There's just something that I've written down here is talk about the use of fourths. Now, fourths is an interval, So it's this, which is it's not a normal interval that people use all the time. And I just noticed that you seem to use it in a few of your songs. You're drawn to that kind of interval. It's the same in Letter to Geelong. There was a similar thing in there.
That's right.
And in Red Flag Day, tonight.
That's right.
It's those fourths.
It's part of my songwriting style. Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Very
we're
well.
all kind of drawn to different things, aren't we? That's something I just noticed about your writing. And it makes it sound different. And I mean, when we did Always a Sunny Day, I know that we all went, oh, this is really different. It still sounds like the Korgis, but it's different. It's something about it that we wouldn't have begun the song like that. So it's always great when that happens, because you get a different perspective on something. You go, oh, we could do that with that. It was a bit when we did the song with Marley, the perspective he put on it was like, don't know where we're going with this, but we found something to do with it and inspired us to do it. So, and the same with these three songs we've done with you, that each of the ones we went, oh, well, this has got something, this has, And then that idea of, it's always a sunny day when you're living above the clouds, and I immediately thought, okay, well, there's going to be a downside to this. And then I started thinking, video above the clouds, and of course the Korgis would be prancing about above the clouds. We thought we'd leave poor old Joe as a down and out somewhere in a slum in Melbourne.
I looked down on that, don't I?
You did well on the video. It was pretty good, and it was good fun. And I think then we collaborated on guitar stuff.
That's
you
right.
sent some guitar stuff across, sent a guitar solo, and of course, Joe, you're going to be playing those.
That's
parts
right. I'll be
with
playing.
us
That's right. Those
on Saturday.
Guitar parts I play in recordings will be played live for you.
We got our first rehearsal in the morning.
Yes.
Together. I mean, as the band, we've rehearsed the songs beforehand because we haven't really worked with Joe before in a live situation. But Joe and I went through stuff earlier, and it's like we hit it off guitar-wise. It was really easy. He played his thing, I played my thing. It was like, that all works, doesn't it?
That's right.
It was far too easy.
That's right. Let's keep it that way.
Let's keep it that way.
Right.
All right. So, I don't think there's too much else to say about Letter to message along, but let's play it to them. Let's get the video. I got the video.
Let's see, and we have some messages here.
Oh, have we? Oh, well, we can do them. I'll tell you what. Tell me about some of the messages. We'll play the video and we'll catch up.
So Paul G says Joe's first connection to Korgis was with.
Sorry, 2 seconds. I got
Just like brothers in that old photograph. I became a persistent scholar, and you took up fighting the flag. From anti-establishment ethos to a nowhere man without a home, while I flew up to heaven and made my living as the emperor of Rome. And it's always a sunny day when you're living life above the clouds. How come it's raining on me? Choose how to spend your day. Turn and smile when there's nowhere to sleep and there's nothing to do. Always a sunny day when you're living high above the clouds. It won't stop raining on me. Take that rain and turn it into a rain. Nowhere to go, nothing to show, no colors to build a rainbow. Along the way, our window shadows. The streets are restless tonight. Down here, I'm just chasing the shadows, trying not to lose the fight. The playground of the angels is a wonderland we all should see. Say it's not true that we're all locked into our destiny. Stuck with what will be, will be. And it's always a sunny day when you're living life above the clouds. How come it's raining on me? Choose how to spend your day. Turn a smile when there's nowhere to sleep and there's nothing to do. Always a sunny day when you're living high above the clouds. It won't stop raining on me. Take that rain and turn it into a rain. Nowhere to go, nothing to show, no colors to build my dreams and fly away. I'm stuck here on with my stuck on. If I could fly away, ever set me down. Turn it into a rain. Nowhere to go, nothing to show, no colors to build a rainbow. When you're living above the clouds, no money to build a rainbow. It's always the sunny day. No money to build a rainbow.
So that was always a sunny day.
Yeah. Our
Yeah.
first collaboration together.
And it was great, that.
Yes,
I
it was.
really enjoyed doing that.
It's a very
and
catchy
the video
song
was
too.
quite groundbreaking. It's quite hard to do the video because it's like, it obviously for the bits where we were both in it together, it worked better as something tall. And for all the other bits, it worked better as it was short. So I started off with a square one. I ended up then doing a cinema version of it and stuff. But so there's a few different versions of that exist that are cut in slightly different ways. But great fun.
Yeah, it was.
Great fun to do that one.
It was very, very fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great start to a collaboration relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. And then came Letter to Geelong.
That's right.
Yeah, and this was similar because you sent that lovely guitar piece. You play that. Probably don't need to put the cap on.
No, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, great. And that was, once again, I was going on a holiday. And we drove down to Spain, and I kind of never take a guitar on a holiday, but because we were driving down to Spain, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to chuck acoustic guitar in the back. And it turned out to be quite fortuitous because everyone goes to bed a little earlier than me, so I would sit up in the dining room kind of area, lounge kind of area, and just plonk away on things. And of course, I had Joe's guitar piece to work with, and I started writing this idea of Letter to Geelong. And I remember talking to Lorna about it, and talking and playing a little bits of it and stuff, and she going, "Oh, that's really kind of nice, that isn't it?" All that.
And again, as I said earlier, Al, it's all acoustic guitar pieces that I have, and then they end up as being electric guitar or whatever.
Well, kind of electric guitar, but this stayed pretty acoustic, didn't it? With that, just the way you were playing it, I thought, that's going to work very nicely with just really light. Which originally I did that on mock-up fake drums and just had this gentle rolling kind of train beat going on behind it. But as we went on, because it was a story about people moving away to Australia, of course the story changes, the story grows as people get older, as the people that back home get older, and the young family are kind of growing up in Australia. So, it was from a whole load of different things, but a lot of it's true. A lot of it's true that we did break down on the Great Ocean Road. My dad did lose his job at Ford's. He did work at the cement works. He worked at both of the cement works in Geelong.
Very autobiographical.
Yeah. So although blue-ringed octopuses, now you're probably too young to remember this. It was about 67, 68, something like that. All of a sudden these poisonous blue-ringed octopuses come in and they cleared all the beaches because they were deadly. They bit you, you die. So it was like, don't go swimming because these octopus were gonna kill you. There's a few things can kill you in Australia.
Yeah, that's right. Lots of things. That's right. We have the most deadliest animals in the world that they can spiders, snakes. Even kangaroos can actually literally kick you to death. And possums. We have people say, koalas is another thing. People say koalas are wonderful. But if you got too close to them and they happen to get their claws, they'll be a lot of damage. So.
Not our cuddly koalas. Do not cuddle a koala.
That's right. Don't cuddle a koala. Just stay a distance. Say
I think I went to a koala sanctuary and they obviously had one who was very used to humans. You could have your picture taken with them.
And the most funny thing about like the spiders, for example, the big ones are the harmless ones, and yet it's the small ones that are most deadly. So you think that one there won't do anything. It's like, that's the one.
The little redbacks.
Yeah, that's right.
Because this isn't commonly known fact. Everyone has kind of heard of a redback spider. Go, dangerous Australia. It's actually a cousin of the black widow. In fact, they call it the red widow as well. But it's both of them are pretty deadly. The black widow.
And you found the whole Australian sort of psyche is about the redback under the toilet seat.
Yeah.
That's right.
Always check
outside when the toilet's just outside.
Because we used to have an outside dump.
Oh no, that would have been. And even at night, you don't know. You go and sit down at the outside toilet. You don't know where the.
And it was before we had phones with lights on them. And
that's
stuff
right.
Like that,
so you just sit there in the dark and you just go, "Oh, what was that?" Letter to Geelong. So I had all of this stuff going on,
and I kind of originally said to my family, I actually had 2 songs, and I went. In fact, I think Lorna said to me, she said, "Hey, this would be a great family project to do at Christmas. That we come into the studio and we'll do it, and I'll sing a bit, and we get Leah to sing a bit. We might even be able to get Carrie to sing a bit. Well, that was tough. Trying to get, she did. She is on it. I did try to get her to do it, but boy, did she complain all the way through. It's like, I don't want to do this. I'm not a singer. I can't do this. I haven't got time. Every excuse you think of. But anyway, we got her on it, and so it started off with it was just me and my kids, and we were always knew we were going to add other voices to it. But then I said to James and John, I said, hey, would you fancy, like, you know, both Abby and Bea sing, you know, would you fancy them coming in and doing a little bit on it? And, you know, John went, well, I'll ask. And, you know, James said, well, I'll ask as well. And they both come back with, yeah, they'd actually love to do it. So we spent a day in the studio, and not only did they sing, and they sang great, but I also got them all to write in their own handwriting the verse that they were singing. So the letters that you see that go up on this video are actually them in their own handwriting with it. So James has written some, John's written some, I've written some, my kids have written some. So it's all, you know, it's all a quite interesting thing. And of course that has a very sad ending at the end. But then, you know, I think when Elaine came in, and Elaine is one of the voices on it. I'm sorry, Elaine was in earlier, but she's had to go somewhere. And she was singing some of the end stuff, and I went, "You're singing it really sad at the end." Because, all right, they're not going to meet each other again, but that's not really how it was. And they understood they weren't going to meet each other again because people didn't fly halfway across the world in a whim. Like we just go, oh God, someone's ill in Australia, let's go see him.
That's right.
You know, it's like, I know you don't take it as quite as lightheartedly as that, but it's possible.
That's right.
And at that point, it wasn't really.
No, it took a month to
fly off anywhere and do it
on the ship for people to come.
Yeah,
So.
and I came over by ship. And took 1 month, 1 week, and 1 day, I remember. And what a great time that was. I had a fantastic time on that ship. No school. I was 11.
Right.
No school.
Oh, you loved it.
Fantastic. So yeah, I said it's not really sad. It's just a matter of fact thing. It's just we won't meet again because you know it's like it's not possible. But so I just wanted it to be a little bit more matter of fact. You know, rather than it being the sad ending, and I think in a way it makes it a bit more poignant that it is that you are not over egging the kind of whole thing. Should we show them the video of this?
Absolutely, let's show them the video.
Let's grab it up.
Let's go.
Here we go. Oh, and just in case, yes. So I should list who is in it. Both of my daughters are in it. I think Lorna is the first one you see, where she comes in at the end of my verse doing a harmony. And then she does the first bit of the second verse herself, and then John Baker comes in, finishes that verse with Leah, my other daughter, doing a harmony on that. And then Abby, John's daughter, comes in and sings that verse, and then John joins her for the end of it. And the same on the last verse, Bea comes in and sings that, and then James joins her on it. And the chorus is just a whole meld of voices. Joe's on all the choruses. Paul Smith's on all the choruses. Yeah. You know, little known, the incredible singer that Paul Smith is. He's on there. So I think you two are the guy. I took my own voice off it because I thought, no, it's just going to be Joe and Paul are going to do the low voices. Okay. And Kerry, Danielle, and Elaine did the high voices on it. So I didn't want it to sound like a big chorus. I wanted it to sound like a family, like it was a family get-together at a Christmas or something like that. So here we go.
There we go. Let's roll it.
This is Letter to Geelong coming at you.
Sending our love to you. We're mailing a parcel too. Things we hold dear as we can't have you near. Things you might cherish should we not meet again.
The sun is fierce and hot. Ewan says the schools are strict. Dad got laid off from Ford's, but he says he's trying to fix it. We had to get towed on the great ocean road, but looking on the bright side, the old house is finally sold.
We're both sending our love again. Man, it's glad that you've made new friends. You say your dad works now
at the cement works near town. It may not be the best, but at least a job's be found.
Dad has bought a new car, claims it turns on a sixpence. The last trip to Adelaide, it didn't seem to make a difference.
The sandstorm it came, that was after the rain. Cold, hungry, tired, then it was hot again. We're both sending our love again. Please be careful when you choose to swim. Those octopus you saw washed up on the shore. They made the news back here, 30 deaths or more.
Joe is learning guitar, Dad doesn't much like it. Dodged a brown snake on the beach, my clothes don't fit like they did. Spider bit my arm, burned from the start. Doctor said good job,
Poison didn't reach my heart. We're both sending our love again. Strange you're in Turkey, but way out there. The weather back here seems really cold this year. Or maybe your anagrams are getting old, I fear.
hope you're okay there. The post's been slow here. In your last letter you mentioned a card that wouldn't clear.
We send you our love, and although times are tough, we're planning to see you. We've almost saved enough. We're both sending our love to you. We're mailing a parcel too. Things we hold dear, as we can have you near. Things you might cherish, should we not meet again. 'Cause we won't meet again.
So there we are, letter to Geelong.
Yes.
And I was just telling Joe that so much of that was actually true. Those letters which were going from 25 Weller Street to 281 Socky Hall Street. My auntie lived at 281 Socky Hall Street in Glasgow, and my house in Australia was 25 Weller Street. And the picture you saw of it there was when we went back to visit about 7 years ago.
It's amazing how numbers turn up. You know, like the number 8 has been turned up in all my addresses I've lived in my
Really?
life without like
Yeah.
consciously picking it. It's just weird. So you mentioned 25. It's like,
Elaine's often saying to me, she's going, the number 33, there's something weird about the number 33, because I live at 33 now, and she said, but this thing came up with number 33, and then that's 33.
yeah,
And
yeah. So that's yeah, it is. It's really weird. It's
Yeah.
always, number 8's always been mine.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Here we are.
Okay, right, here we are.
I
Next
tell you
one.
what, we're gonna reiterate the competition question. We have had some answers. We're not going to give the game away as to whether anyone's won or not. But I'm going to put it up on screen. Oh no, I can't put it up on screen. I can't do it like that, can I? I need to open it in a different way. Where is this? I can't actually see it. Open with. That's it. What do we want?
Right, let's have a look.
Yeah, there we go. What was Joe's first connection with Korgis, and what is Joe's location connection with Al?
Yeah.
And yeah, these have been talking points with us for quite a while, you know. Quite interesting. And we all talk about coincidences, you know. You've been
Yeah.
talking about the number
Numbers,
8 and
yeah.
number 33, and it's like the coincidences of both of you and I having some places in common.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? It's amazing sometimes. The synchronicity, really. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So there we are.
Okay.
Competition done. And we're going to move on to Red Flag Day.
Red Flag Day, our latest single. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Excellent. So this one here.
This was again this fourths, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. I love my fourths.
Tonight, tonight. Whoa. Those.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Again,
you
musical
sent
ideas.
us that chorus sequence.
That's right. Again, yes. I
Yeah.
kept sending them musical
Yeah.
pieces.
With that line that we used on all of it, tonight.
That's right, yeah, I had that on
the
there, the
guitar.
melody, yeah.
Was on
That's
the
right,
melody
yeah.
of the guitar. And we used that as a starting point. I think James and I just sat in a room and went, okay, what can we do with this? And we kind of then first thing, and again, this is exactly how I work, that we went, okay, that tonight works, that's good, what are we going to put around it, and what was it going to be about? And we talked about it maybe being about the bushfires. Australia had just been in huge news about, the bushfires have been rampaging everywhere, and South America the same. It was like, there's 200 kilometers of the Amazon burning and stuff. And, in Australia, everyone's close to it all the time, that you usually never know when the next one is around the corner, do you?
Yeah.
It's been New South Wales, Victoria, Brisbane, they've all had them. They've all had them. And so we thought, well, that's a good thing, because it's an ecological story again. We all know global warming is happening. Who are you going to blame for that? You can decide for yourself, but we know it's happening because the Maldives are sinking.
That's right.
Our summers are becoming more unpredictable. Oh, it's all becoming more unpredictable, isn't it? So we wanted to write a song about that. So it was the tonight, it's coming for us, and running, and then we just kind of started to write the verses about, it's about somebody that used to live in Sydney, maybe live in Sydney, and then moved out to the Blue Mountains behind Sydney. Going, it's really nice out there, isn't it? It's like, it's really nice until it catches fire.
That's right. Until someone gets you. Yeah.
And as each summer gets hotter, and as you have more years of drought, where they go, oh god, this isn't looking good, is it?
Time to get out.
Yeah, time to get out, but you can't sell because
That's right.
everyone's going, it's like, I don't think I want to live there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tough one. So that whole thing with Red Flag Day, it came quite quickly. I think we were written in one session. I mean, typically, I think we wrote maybe one verse while James was here, him and I together, and he does what he normally does, and he goes, what you need to do is just go and write a great lyric for that, Al, so off you go. And so invariably, I would do it that night. I'd go home and I go, because we've had points where James has gone, I've had some thoughts about this, and I go, too late. I've already written them. And I've just done a demo of it, and I'm sending it to you. But it seems to be that everyone quite likes them. They keep saying, "Oh, you've done it again, haven't you? It's a really good lyric." I just seem to have got lyrics seem to have got easier for me over the last 5 years. Really, it's just kind of something that's clicked. Like you, though, you were saying that you were English student at school. You were good at English.
That's right. Yeah.
And so was I. I was top of my school in English.
Yeah.
I failed almost everything else, but I was good at English.
I passed 2 subjects, English and religion, because I went to a religious school. But everything else, I couldn't understand maths, even though it's ironic because mathematics is the basis of music.
It is, isn't it?
But
I know.
I couldn't.
And same here. I was rubbish at maths at school because, probably like me, you probably just lost interest in it, and you go,
that's right.
What am I going to need that for?
Why am I going to need 2 pi by y by w, whatever? It's like, what does that mean?
At one point, though, in the studio, I realised that actually maths would have been a really useful thing. I needed the calculation between BPM and delay in milliseconds.
Right, yes.
Okay? And I eventually figured it out, but if I'd been able to do maths properly, I would have figured it out like that. But it's actually 60,000 divided by the BPM. Wow. And that will give you the exact milliseconds that you need for a timed delay, which will give you a beat.
Wow. Mathematics, you should have listened better.
I should have listened better, I would have done that calculation in a second. It stands to reason because it's 60 seconds in a thing, and it's like we're talking about milliseconds, not seconds. So, it kind of works. So, of course, for Red Flag Day, we're going to show the video for it later on, but what we thought we'd do is have a little look around Sonar and just see the various elements that we have here.
Oh, okay, yes. Good idea.
And so I'm going to stick that up on screen, but I'll leave the mic on. So maybe come a tiny bit closer here, Joe, just in case you kind of get a little bit lost. And I will stick Sonar up on the screen. We've already pre-recorded it. I mean, I think anyone that has seen a lot of these will know that red is lead vocals.
That's right.
And the pinky kind of stuff is backing vocals. As with all things, there's always like a million backing vocals here. So I don't know how many blocks we've got here. At the top, there's a block of me, and then underneath is a block of James. Okay, so on this one, there is just backing vocals are just blocks of me and James. And so let's just play a chorus and just see what that sounds like, see what we got in here. Tonight, tonight, tonight. Those fourths again. Tonight, the sky. And that sounds better with a lead vocal in it. Tonight, tonight. So we've got that whole thing. Yeah. And then we've got a whole middle eight section which goes into some much wilder stuff there. Oh, there's a couple of things before here, a bit of a block here. Yeah, very nice. Middle eight. Run for your water bag, run from the life you had. So it'd probably be useful to put a couple of lead vocals in here because you'll get the picture
context of it,
of how it actually works. So, where is? So there's James double jar. Right. Okay. So I'll just turn all of those on, and I'll turn you on as well. Just for if you are in here somewhere as well. Yeah.
Run for your water bag, run from the life you had, gone and burned away. God's through treachery, pray that we will get to the end of this red flag day.
Into the solo.
And then the wild harmonies come in.
Red flag day.
They don't sound quite so wild there, but actually with the track, they're in conjunction with the chord, which is like, oh, that's weird. I don't know how to do that. So yeah, doing them live was a bit of a challenge, but I think we've got it together. So yeah, that's all pretty nice. And then instrumentally, we have a whole load of stuff going on here. I mean, Paul's drums are always great, but maybe let's stick the drums on and just maybe drums and have a little look at guitars. What have we got here? There's some very interesting guitars that come in at the end, but I'll get to them in a second. So they're all keyboards down there. Joe, rhythm, yeah, there you are. There's a couple of them. Joe arpeggios, Joe solo.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of me lying around there. Bit of a strat. Stick the bass in so you hear the context. Yeah. So a regular chorus would be something like this. Fourths.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. The rock one. Yeah.
That's all you, Joe. That is.
That's me. That's the rocking part. And then I come into solo.
Yeah.
Here I go. Right now.
And I just love that bit. It all just falls away. Very nice. And we go into almost just pure vocals then. And
then the wild bit at the end. That's
the wild bit at the end. All right. So I got these subgrouped subgroup that I called them fire guitars.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can just grab that. I'm going to take all the solos off now. I've got this subgroup called fire guitars. And when we were doing the end mix, I just thought, you know what? I just want these as loud as I can get them without swamping everything else. Because essentially this is like the fire has arrived and these guitars are doing it. So you got this kind of idea. Smothered in echo and all sorts of stuff, but in the track they kind of sound quite.
I have to say that and that outro solo, I did that in one take.
Right.
It was just totally improvised. I just played it a few times, then I thought I'll press record and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's what came up, and it just suited it. So, and then when I heard the finish swing with what you did, the fire guitars, it just fitted perfectly.
Yeah. That was a great thing. I mean, there's a few other things lying around here. Oh yeah, some quite interesting kind of effects that I've got in here. I've got these kind of just a bank of effects. In fact, I've got a couple of them here. Let's just find out what they do. Oh yeah, so that's our regular kind of synth. It's these that kind of do all of this kind of.
Oh yeah.
There's some other ones that sort of go in the middle of nowhere that come in. What are these doing? Yeah.
Yeah. Sound cool.
Two notes next to each other.
Yeah. Bit of craft work there. Bit of early Gary Newman.
Yeah. But in the track, it just gives it a.
Yeah. It does. Yeah. It really gives it.
Just gives it a kind of eerie something in the background. So yeah, that's it. It's in a way, it's quite a simple track. There's no orchestral instruments on it or anything. It's really just guitars, keyboards, a few effects, and some vocals. But for that, I think it's one of the few tracks that we've got. It's a really rocky track. You know, it is. And both you and me on Strats doing the Strat thing. So yeah, great stuff. Let's come back to us now. But we'll play the video for that later on as we're playing out of the stuff. What else have we got down here? What does it say? Red Flag Day. Is there anything else you want to say about Red Flag Day? I think we
covered everything.
I think we covered it, didn't we?
Yeah.
You have talked a little bit about your book, Louder Than Words.
Yes, I did.
There's another book as well, isn't there? There's Beyond,
the first book is called Backstage Pass, which is more like a diary, stories taken from my diary of all the artists that I've worked with and interviewed, gone backstage with. So everybody from Metallica to Queen to working with Steve Harley on tour.
Lemmy,
yes, Melly from Motorhead. The Bay City Rollers, opening up for the Bay City Rollers on a couple of shows, been on tour with them. So there's quite a few, and I cover a lot of different genres, from heavy metal to pop to rock to blues.
So George Martin?
George Martin,
a big one.
That's a big one. I explain, talk about meeting him and what it was like and, what we talked about. So it's called Backstage Pass, The Grit and the Glamour. And this one in Loud on Words, the reason why it's called subtitled Beyond the Backstage Pass is because it goes beyond the first book. It continues on, but going in a different direction. So
yeah.
Check them out. Both available. The Loud on Words is available at the shows at Hungerford.
Yep. And also from the Korgis website. I believe it's up on the Korgis website as well.
Check it out. And then the other one is also available. You can buy it on Amazon too, anywhere around the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. What I was gonna just do a little something. News. What have we got? Obviously, we talked about the gig at Hungerford. That's happening. Oh yeah. What's your connection at Hungerford? Now, if you had the book, you would know what the connection at Hungerford is.
That's right. What's my connection with Hungerford? Let's see if anybody's...
Oh no, that's a different thing. That's not the quiz question. But the thing with Hungerford was Voyager, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah. So in my book, I talk about a band from 1979. They had a big hit called Halfway Hotel, and the band's called Voyager. And so I tell a whole story of the band, and also what that meant to me. And in Newbury, which is very near Hungerford, two of the members still live there. So that's the connection. So here I am, like I did the book about 18 months ago. I'm talking to the guys, and here I am, being right where they are.
And at the same time, I have an email from what's the connection? What's the guy's name? I forgot now.
Chris Hook.
Chris Hook.
The bass player
I have
from
an
Voyager.
email from Chris Hook saying, Korgis, would the Korgis maybe like to play at Arts for Hungerford? Would that be good? And stuff. And I'm going, yeah, well, we'd love to do it. Tell us more about the venue and all that. And I said, he came to actual dates and stuff. And I said, well, this date would be really good. November the 9th, isn't it? I said November the 9th would be really good because Joe Matera, our Australian friend, is across, and he came back and went, yeah, I know, I've just been talking to Joe Matera on email. And he went, serendipity, let's book it in. That was it. It's funny how some of those connections work.
Yeah.
At the very same time that I'm talking to him about a gig, you're talking to him about the book.
So it is, it's
a small world.
It is a small world, it is. And how's that, Things happen.
Some of those connections just kind of work, and it's great when they do, when all the stars align, So it's great. Yeah, great. We're doing the gig in Hungerford. If you haven't got a ticket, go and grab a ticket. There's still some left, and Joe will be there, and we'll get a chance to hear us play all of those songs live. Joe's doing a set beforehand. I'm going to join him for a couple of songs of that, and not that he needs the help. He's pretty self-contained.
It's fine.
But it should be good fun. What else are we going to say? Al has a new album nearly finished called Alienated Nations. I think everyone on here knows that. They all know that I've got a new album out. So that's all going good. And I recently, we had a little bit of an election yesterday in America, and a certain gentleman called Trump got in, and by strange coincidence, of course, here's the stars aligning again. We've been writing the musical, Putin and Trump, the musical, and to celebrate Trump's glorious win, as he calls it, perhaps the greatest win of all time, I think he called it. Yeah. That's what he called it.
He did.
We're gonna play a little bit of something from there, if I can find this. This is a very short track that we put up there from Putin and Trump the musical. If I can find it, I can find it. Masters. Oh yeah, it's not that. It's in late past midnight in Moscow. This features Elaine Gilmore, and it was great fun to do with Elaine. That's the one. So I'm going to stick it up on the screen.
Yeah, do that.
I'm going to get
song.
rid of Sonar there. No, we don't want to save it. It's all good. No, thank you. And it's a light-hearted look of what possibly could have happened when Putin took Trump out for a night out, and perhaps the things that they got up to. So let's have a look at that. Here we go. Whoops, I don't want to go to the library. No, I've done that wrong. Hang on. So I'm going to do that again. This is going to be great. Eventually. Oh, I know what's going on. 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. Downloading. It'll take about another 5 seconds.
Right, so let's hopefully looking forward to seeing you at Hungerford on Saturday night.
There we are.
Right.
Cameras live in 10 seconds. And go.
Well, it's way past
midnight in Moscow, and the vodka is flowing like a tap. It's way past midnight in Moscow, and Donald thinks it's time to take a nap. Vlad has set the cameras up, there's everything to see, with one or two of the girls he knew back in the KGB. Well, it's way past midnight in Moscow. Is anyone in touch with Donald's nerve? Over here! Well, it's way past midnight in Moscow, and these lights make Donald's 10 look even worse. We set them up, he slams them down, there's another bar away across town. 3 a.m. and Moscow swinging, sex and guns, lots of singing. Who's the hero? Who's the villain? Could be time to get the bill in. But no! It's way past midnight in Moscow. Rulers invited all the men back to a flat. It's way past midnight in Moscow. Donald's wearing Ruler's knickers as a hat. Cut the coke with a credit card, shaking up the champagne hard. The party's full to the backyard, something's gonna blow. Well, it's way past midnight in Moscow. At this point, incontinence is bliss. It's way past midnight in Moscow. Yes, legends are born on nights like this, like this, like this.
I love all their holiday snaps at the end where they're pictured all around the world.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they've just gone on a holiday.
That's
together,
right.
You know.
Yeah.
There we are. So that'll probably set us all up as targets. Kerry was saying to me, "You haven't put that up. He's just become president. He's going to come after you." Look at this. He's got more problems than me than me writing a little musical about him.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's all good. So while you're here, we're of course we're doing a bit of a rehearsal tomorrow as well. But also you're going to play a bit of guitar on one of my songs
That's right.
called "I Change,"
That's right.
which is one of my favourite songs of mine of all time. I'm not going to play it today because I'm going to wait until Joe's guitar's on it, and I'll see if I can do some kind of video for it in the week, and we might play it for you next week. But if not, we'll at least play you that little bit. So that's going to be cool. That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to recording that. And also, we have another little thing to press work on, haven't we? We've got a piece of yours, which
right.
actually you've gone play it to me because I can't remember what I sent you. But it's coming. We will do that.
I can't remember what I sent you now. It's been a while. But we're going to work on. We're going to write another song together. So
Yeah.
that's the plan. So
Yeah, so that should be good. I think perhaps it's come time to actually announce the competition winner.
Yes.
So let's get the competition back up on screen here. So if
and the winner is
Who is well, should we reiterate the question? We'll go back to the question.
Yes.
If I can find the question. Oh yeah, it's another one of these, isn't it? I've got to open with. Yeah, that's the one. Photos. Back up on screen there. What was Joe's first connection with the Korgis? So what's the answer to that question?
The answer to that question was I interviewed James Warren before the release of Cartoon World.
That's right.
Yes,
it was during, kind of during COVID.
That's
really,
right.
Wasn't it?
It was,
And we're
yes.
just about, probably just about starting recording of it, but we
That's
haven't
right.
actually gone any further. And also, what is Joe's location connection with Al?
It is Kyabram.
Yes, which is kind of a suburb or right next to Shepparton, and Shepparton is somewhere where my auntie lived, and then my cousins still live there, somewhere up in that. In fact, I think they live in Kyabram. They moved from Shepparton out
There
to
you go.
Kyabram.
Even more.
So yeah, that's
All right, and then the winner, so that means who said that was...
the winner was Paul Griffin.
Yeah,
Paul G, well
congratulations.
done. Because you've been unlucky on a couple of the other ones where actually you have got the right answers, but kind of in my wisdom I chose someone else. So I'm very sorry about that, but glad that you have won this. And so you can actually tell me. I'm in touch with Paul often, so you can tell me what it is that you need the most,
Right.
Paul.
Yes.
We'll sort you out.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
Live streams. It's a pleasure. It's great, and looking forward to meeting all the fans on Hungerford.
Yeah. Oh, just before we go,
Yes.
red vinyl.
Aha.
As some of you know, because some of you received the red vinyl's here. Ta-da! We've got the blue and the red together, which means that the box sets are going out. Some of the box sets have gone out. There's about another 4 or 5 left to send, of which I will be sending them very, very, very soon. And that's it. But if you're waiting until both vinyls were here to get them in one pack, wait no more. The wait is over.
That's right.
And they actually fit together really well, because Carrie set these and she went, "Ooh, how do they fit?" And they
Perfect.
actually fit perfectly.
There you go.
Ooh, that's
So you
pretty
really got
good,
to buy
isn't
2. You can't buy 1.
it? Can't buy the one.
That's right. They go together.
No.
It's like
Well,
a
I mean, it starts with beginnings and it ends on the
That's right.
Red album with beginnings. So, you know, you got to have them both.
That's right.
Really. So, yeah, Red album is here on vinyl. So, Ununited Nations is finally finished. Everything about it is released. Of course, the third in the set, Alienated Nations, is going to come out, including the full Putin and Trump the musical. But that's only about 22 minutes of it. There's a whole load of other stuff on it. A load of special guests. Joe, of course, is on it. Andy Fairweather Lowe is on it. My family are on it. Lorna Lear and Carrie are on one of the songs. They do a little song called The Perfect Song, all about the clocks going forward and writing that perfect song within that 1 hour. You got that extra hour in the day.
That's right, yes.
Which is a stupid idea, really, but it just goes to show that you can write a good song about anything.
That's right.
If you try. And in fact, it was a dare. It was a dare. It was a friend of mine, internet friend of mine, from Monterey, which is why it mentions Monterey in the lyric, in the Monterey air. And she said, go write a song, right? And I went, well, you just can't write a song about anything. I went, what, you're going to write a song about the clocks going forward? And she went, yeah, write a song about the clocks going forward. So anyway, I went, don't be so silly, you can't do that. Anyway, but 20 minutes later, I said it, I went, I've written it, here it is.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
And it's called The Perfect Song.
The Perfect Song. What a great title.
Yeah, The Perfect Song.
All right.
So there we are. That's Alienated Nations out in time for Christmas, putting the finishing touches on it. There are a few people who come in and do the extra things on
And
it.
all
so-
you fans out there, I know there's already some, like there's Colin out there who is on my Facebook. I am accessible on Facebook. You can,
Yep.
if you're part of the Korgis Facebook, you can also send me a friend request. And we can communicate there too, and you know, all part of the Corgis family. So I'd love to hear from
Yep.
you, and looking forward to meeting Colin and his wife. Yeah.
Yes. So I think we're going to leave you with the video for Red Flag Day.
Yep.
And
we'll-
I'll be back next week. Not sure what song we're going to... Possibly going to do Coffee in New York next week. We'll see. Something like that, probably, anyway. And we'll catch up with everything else that's happening, and maybe some live clips from the gig with Joe and I. On Saturday.
That'd be good.
Should be great.
Absolutely.
Should be great.
Well,
Thanks so much for joining
Thank
us.
you. Thank you. And look
yeah.
forward to seeing you on Saturday night.
Yes, indeed. And here is Red Flag Day. And thank you and good night.
Good night. Rock on.
Tonight. We moved here from the suburbs. We love to hear the wind around us. Its melody blew the cobwebs from my mind. Now each and every summer is hotter than the one before it. Angeline can do nothing here but cry. Tonight is there a scent in the air of burning? Tonight it's coming for us. Tonight is there a glow in the western sky? Tonight we can feel that the wind is turning. Tonight all I ask is why. Past the point of resistance, we finally hear it in the distance, moving
closer, a savage crackling sound, like it's trying to find us. I feel it closing in around us. This dangerous foe is hunting us down.